Hello there. We all know the Bible story. God creates Adam and Eve, and they live happily ever after. Or maybe you believe in the evolution theory. Regardless, leaving aside the Bible and the evolution theory, different cultures have different stories to how human beings came to exist, with the most popular in media being from Greek mythology or maybe Norse mythology. But what about Africa? How are humans created according to African mythology? Our first story comes from Nigeria, and it basically explains disabled people.
In the beginning, in the beginning,
In the beginning, there was only the sky above and the water below, and it's pretty boring. One of the gods sees this and says, "Nah, we need to spice things up." And his name is Obatala. Obatala then goes to the supreme god whose name is Ol Ish Olodumare and says to him,
Hey, can I go down then begin creating things on Earth?
Sure, but why?
Z.
But first, he will need a few things to start. A golden chain long enough to reach the earth, a snail shell filled with sand, a white hen, and a palm nut, all of which he carries in a bag. And he also takes with him a black cat for company. Obatala then hangs the chain from a corner of the sky and climbs down. At the end of the chain, he gets out his snail shell and powers out the sand, and then releases the hen. The hen begins scratching and scattering the sand all over the earth, and wherever the sand lands, dry land appears. The bigger piles becoming hills and the smaller piles becoming valleys. Obatala then jumps onto a hill and plants the palm nut, which instantly grows into a palm tree, and from it fall more nuts, each of which grows into a new palm tree, and the cycle continues. And that's how land and vegetation came to be. But after doing all this, Obatala feels lonely. So he finds some clay soil and begins molding the first human beings. But later, he gets bored. So he decides to make some palm wine from the palm trees that he planted, and he drinks a lot of it. And surprisingly, for a god, he gets drunk. But he still goes back to molding more human beings. And then he calls onto his buddy, Olodumare, to breathe life into the figures. Now, here's the thing. The figures he molded when he was sober turn out perfect.
Nice.
While the ones he molded when he was drunk come out with very many flaws, aka disabilities. And so if you were born with a disability, you know who to blame. Until next time, bye.